England's cricketers Bradley Wiggins finished 16th. That's the latest. I'm Kat Collins.
Geoff Collins Rock Show, Sunshine Radio.
Good evening, you're listening to The Rock Show. I'm Geoff Collins here on Sunshine FM. 3 hours of classic rock for you, plus all the best new tunes around between now and 10 o'clock. In this hour, great tracks from the likes of It Bites, David Bowie, Joe Bonamassa, the new single from Garbage as well. Plus, our special guest, Asia keyboard player Geoff Downes, will be joining us to talk about Asia's 30th anniversary and all things to do with the band and their forthcoming releases as well. That's coming up. Thought we'd kick off the show, given that, with a song that Geoff Downes produced. The band GTR, featuring former Yes guitarist Steve Howe and former Genesis guitarist Steve Hackett. This is When the Heart Rules the Mind. GTR and When the Heart Rules the Mind, and that was produced by Asia keyboard player Geoff Downes, who I'm glad to say is live in the studio now. Hi Geoff, how are things?
Oh, very good, how are you?
Excellent stuff. I mean, that was I thought it was a great album and quite a big... What was it like working with those guys? Because obviously you know Steve Howe quite well anyway, don't you?
It was pretty good actually. I mean, I think they got me involved more as a referee than a record producer really. But yeah, I mean they... I think it turned out pretty good. I mean, it was reasonably successful, so they did something like that. But I thought the songs were very good on the album. Yeah,
and you contributed The Hunter, didn't you? That was
I did, yeah. Yeah, that was one of the tracks that I put in there. But no, it was a lot of fun. I mean, it was quite hard work because both Steves are very big personalities, and they wanted to put their stamp on the album, so it was quite a bit of a juggling act.
Yeah, a lot of people did wonder how you could fit Steve Hackett and Steve Howe in the same band, but it worked for that one album anyway.
Yeah, I think so. And they got on pretty well even today.
And I must admit, I loved Max Bacon's voice, but he kind of disappeared from the scene after that, didn't he? I mean,
well, when we were doing the album, he was actually doing a milk round in Manchester at the time, so. He wasn't really that sort of didn't throw himself into it 100%, and I think that he sort of went back and doing various things and singing in bars and.
Because I think he's living in Spain. I bumped into him. He was part of the Reformed Bronze band. They played at Hard Rock Hell in December and Prestatyn. So I bumped into him and interviewed him in the band there, and they did say hi to you as well.
Right. Okay. How long ago was that then?
That December.
Okay. All right.
So they pulled them out of the cupboard after all that time. I think they've made a new album as well. So.
Oh right, okay, interesting.
Anyway, that's GTR rather, and When the Heart Rules the Mind. We'll be playing tracks from the new Asia album in about 10 minutes' time. Going to play a track now from David Bowie, Ziggy Stardust and the Spider Samad. There's a 40th anniversary remastered edition is out now. This is a track from it called Moon Age Daydream.
I'm an alligator.
Now, Sunshine Sundays. Geoff Collins on Sunshine Radio. Sunshine Radio.
That's Asia and I Know How You Feel from their new album Triple X, which stands for their 30th anniversary, I guess. And Geoff Downes, the Asia keyboard player, is in the studio with me. Third album since you reformed in 2006 now. It's been going really well for the sort of reformed original lineup, hasn't it?
Yeah, I think quite a few people didn't think we were going to be going for as long as we have on this, the sort of second generation. But it's been very enjoyable for us, I think, and be able to have 3 albums in 4 or 5 years, it's pretty good going.
Yeah. Obviously, with the new one, which is obviously called XXX, the sort of Latin numerals for 30, how much while you were making that were you sort of thinking back to the debut and what happened with that and trying to link all that legacy stuff together? Did any of that play a part in the writing and the way it was put together?
Yeah, I think that the debut is always something that we referred back to because it was really the album that defined the sound of the band, and I think that so it's something we're always conscious of. I mean, we're not trying to chase our tails and relive the glory years of selling however many we were selling at the time. But I mean, it's more to do with the fact that I think that we didn't really have much of a shot first time out as a band, and I think that being able to come back to it, 5 years ago, and being able to do, all the touring that we're doing and people are seeing the band for the first time, I think it's really, really positive.
And it's certainly that when you see you guys on stage recently and the way you've been working together, you all seem more relaxed together, and there's a kind of, I guess, the kind of maturity and the knowledge you all have now. You seem to work better and work more, do you know what I mean, a kind of a more relaxed atmosphere amongst the band, I guess.
Yeah, I think it's helped a lot. The fact that we do really get on well together again. Perhaps we did much better than we did the first time round, and I think that everyone's got their own space and their own comfort zones, and that's the main reason I think why we're still happily chugging along as we are.
Obviously, in just a moment, we're going to play a track from the debut album, Wildest Dreams, because obviously that's going to be reissued in September, remastered with some bonus things and kind of box set as well, isn't it? So I mean, it's a big year for the band, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, I think we felt it was important not only to do the new album, which is do the Triple X album, which I think we did spend quite a bit of time thinking about the direction of it, but also giving the fans something, a lot of bits and pieces that they can say, well, I remember when Asia celebrated their 30th anniversary.
Well, going back 30 years now, this is from the debut album. This is my favourite track of the album. This is Wildest Dreams.
Or visit thbirdsandanimals.co.uk.
Rock Out Sunshine Sundays. Geoff Collins on Sunshine Radio. Sunshine Radio.
From the new album Triple X, that's Asia and Face on the Bridge. Asia keyboard player Geoff Downes is here with me. Geoff, great track, that, the single. You did the video as well for it, which what was that like as an experience?
Yeah, it was a bit of fun. It was all done in a day, just like the old days.
Yes.
No, it's strange because obviously, it's not the normal thing for a band like us to be doing. So it was quite fun to do it. Yeah.
As I said, so you're back on tour. We'll mention the Asia tour in a moment. Back on tour with Asia at the end of the year, but you've just been on tour with Yes, of course. You've still got some dates coming up in America with them, but you've recently been to Australia, which must have been great. Played the Sydney Opera House.
Yeah.
What was that like?
That was amazing. Yeah, it's incredible. Did the organ, got on the organ there, but no, it was really interesting to go. I'd never been there with Asia either, or any of the bands I've been with, so that was Yes's first time out there. So
such an iconic building, and as you said, especially it's the biggest organ in the world, isn't it? The largest number of pipes on an organ.
It is 11,000 pipes, I think. It made a hell of a noise.
Did you drown out the rest of the band?
No, they weren't playing with me at the time. It was a stellar performance.
Wasn't parallels. I was imagining parallels for some reason.
That would have been amazing, for Awaken or something like that. The organ and Awaken. Yeah, but no, it was really good.
The Yes Reno, the new Yes album, the Yes tour, it's gone down so well, hasn't it? It's just been a big fillip for the band.
I think it's been very, very well received. I think that a lot of it is down to the fact that, well, Yes hadn't put an album out for 10 years, so that obviously was something that there was an appetite for. But I think a lot of the people that have reviewed it and the fans that I've spoken to really saw it as a refreshing, direction that the band have taken, and I think it adds another chapter in Yes's very long history, 44 years.
Well, we're going to play a track now. I remember I played this on the show a few years ago in a different format. It's something you wrote with the Buggles, We Can Fly, and that kind of then emerged as the centrepiece of the new Yes album, didn't it?
Yeah, it was actually initially it was the starting point for the drama era of Yes, and it was a song that Trevor and myself had written, Trevor Horn, and we never really did much with it. We played it a couple of times live with Yes, but it never kind of manifested itself into anything other than just an idea, and we built it up, and there it is.
And here it is as well. This is Yes, We Can Fly. Awesome track, yes. We Can Fly From Here, and Geoff Downs, the Yes and Asia keyboard players, here with me. Great album, great track, and you're back off on the road with them. Must be exciting to kind of hook up with them again for this final part of the year.
It's going to be. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I think that it's a very different band to playing with Yes than it is playing with Asia. I think that it's it's quite much more of a challenge for me because obviously I've not written a lot of the material, so I kind of learning things about it every time we play it. So, but yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's a privilege to be able to play with both bands, that's for sure. And Yes, I've got that, that sort of revered. I suppose they're like sort of classical musicians in many ways. So yeah, it's going to be good fun, I think.
Excellent. Well, good luck with the tour, and we'll look forward to seeing Asia when they arrive in the UK in December as well. So good luck with all that. You're listening to The Rock Show. I'm Geoff Collins. Thanks to Geoff Downs for joining us. In a moment, tracks from Garbage, Joe Bonamassa and Admiral Fallow. It's approaching 10 to 8.
We at Nuffield Health Hereford have been in our community for the last 50 years.